right, my friends, I have another what would you do scenario. I love making these videos because I want to put you in the driver's seat of the car dealer. Like, I'm a used car dealer. That is a tough gig. Nobody likes a used car dealer, let's be honest. It is hard. The reason it's hard is because sometimes the decisions you have to make. Now, I'm not just a used car dealer. I'm a business owner. I have employees. Like, I have to support many different people, including sometimes my customers that I'm working on their behalf. My admin, my manager that works in the office, my mechanic, all these people need to get paid. So you always need to think about everyone else in front of you, and then also think about you and your family and making sure your business is sustainable. Today's question, what would you do in this scenario? Because it's a hard one and it's a real one. And just like always, there's no wrong answer. Some answer's a good answer, some answer's a bad answer, but it depends on your personal preference, and always put yourself in my position. Like, think of it as it being your money. If somebody had to take this cash out of your bank account, how would you feel? So think about those when making the decisions. Comment down below on how you would handle it. I read these comments and I love to hear how you guys would handle these situations, because this gig can be really difficult sometimes. Let's get on with the Q&A. All right, well, I've turned this into not just a what would you do video, but it's now a chatting in cars with Craig video. So here is the scenario. About a month and a half ago, I had a car that a customer wanted for their daughter. They really liked it. They're local to my town, which is incredible. I really want to take care of the people in my town because they're so good to me. Like, when they're good to me, I want to be good to them, and I just want to be like an asset to the community, and I try to be. And when a customer from town, or when a resident from town comes to me, it's really important to me because they thought of me and they want to give local business their business. It's really huge, and I love that. Now, what's so tough about today's video is because it's about a local resident, which makes it even harder for me. So a customer came about a month and a half ago. They wanted to buy a car from me. We put it on the lift, and I found some issues that just made me not want to sell it to them. And they had already left a deposit on it, and the girl loved the car. And after looking at it, I had to tell them, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I don't want to sell you this car. I don't think it's a good fit for your daughter. There are some issues that might arise like down the road that I don't want you getting stuck with. I would rather sell it to somebody and tell them what's wrong with it, and then they can fix it, or then we fix it and then we are going to increase the price. No matter what, the car isn't the right car for your daughter. I'm sorry, but I would rather not sell you it than sell it to you now and then have you guys be upset with me later. Fast forward, they're unhappy with me now anyway. So I said, I will look for a car. I know your budget. I'll look around, see what I can come up with. Well, we are in an insanely difficult market right now where everything is overpriced and everything's really hard to come by. Just put it in relation to the housing market. It's like a first come, first serve, and who's the highest bidder, and that's the winner, and it's really, really tough. So for me to find a really great car, they want low mileage too, which makes it really difficult. They want a low mileage, great car for under $7,500, and it has to be fairly new. And it just makes it tough to find stuff like that right now. They're out there, but it's hard. Fast forward, another local resident calls me and says, Craig, I have a car I need you to sell for me. It's my grandfather's car. It's a Subaru Impreza. I don't think it's worth much, and I don't know, I just want to see what you can do. So I'm like, yeah, bring it by. It's probably perfect for this girl. So I call the family. Hey, listen, I have a car coming. It's an 08 Subaru Impreza, has 88,000 miles. I think it'll be great for you. The only thing is it's a little dirty, so come by, check it out, see what you think. And I wanted to clean it. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to get ready for sale. So they drove by once and they're like, yeah, that could work for us. I'm like, all right, well, it'll take us a week or two to clean it, and you can come back and look at it then. Well, in the meantime, we cleaned it. I did some rust repair. We spent $2,000 on this car to make it near perfect, because my obligation is to the seller, the owner. I want to maximize how much their check is to them, because I'm selling it on their behalf. So just like a realtor, your obligation is to get as much for that house you're selling as possible. It's not to the buyer who wants the best deal. So I'm going to try to make this story short, even though it might not be. And again, I want to know how you would handle this situation. I'm going to give you multiple options. Well, we get it cleaned, we get it fixed. I overinvest in this car in-house because I want to make it perfect. I saw the potential in this car. I told the customer what the price should be, and it was like the top of their budget. And then I get the title and find out it's not a 2008, it's a 2011. It's 3 years newer, and the car cleaned up way better than I had anticipated when it first showed up. I mean, it looked like a brand new 2011 Subaru, especially after we did the body work and changed all the fluids and really did spent days detailing it. It came out awesome. So now I find out the car is actually worth significantly more. So the customer had a very specific budget, and this was at the top of their budget. Now, I told them after getting this car that it should be right at the top of your budget if I don't have to invest a lot of money into it. The car ended up coming out perfect, near perfect, like a brand new 2011 Subaru, but I invested almost $2,000 between labor and parts and materials and everything else that we did to get it to look like that. So now I'm very invested into making this car better, and then come to find out when the title shows up, it's 3 years newer than I thought. It wasn't an 08, it was a 2011. Now that automatically makes it worth significantly more money. Now I have a 2011 Subaru, not a 2008 Subaru. That is huge. So I list it for $2,500 more than the customer's budget, and I hadn't talked to them yet. I haven't said anything. I just threw it up on my website to see how it would do. Now I have a service that we use that auto responds to people and sets up leads. So if you email me through my website, it goes to an autoresponder like a live agent, and they ask questions and they answer questions and they set up appointments for you to get here. Well, they set up an appointment for the first day we open. So the car was done last Thursday. It was sitting here Thursday. Other customers didn't come look at it. They didn't stop in. They didn't test drive it. And they said they'll come Tuesday. Well, 10 a.m. when we open, there was another customer here with $100 bills, legit, in full, and they bought a warranty. I mean, they paid for all the upgrades. So now I get to give more money to my customer that I'm selling the car in consignment for. So as my obligation being to the customer, I need to maximize their net check. So this is the hard part. We made the decision to sell it to the first come, first serve customer. Hey, the first one with cash, which is our policy, always. Our policy is first with cash gets the car. And here's why. I say no to customer with cash. Somebody wants to look at it this afternoon. I told them they could have it. They show up, they don't like it, they walk away. Now customer A that showed up at 10 a.m. is cold. They're a cold lead. They're done. They don't want it anymore. They don't want to wait around. They don't want to be secondhand. They want the priority. They are ready to buy. So my questions are, how would you have handled this situation? I already know how I should have, and I'm going to say it after you guys all comment. I'm going to tell you how I should have, and I'm going to tell you right now what I did. I took the cash in full. I have other options. I told them I could sell them this Acura. I have other cars too that they could buy. Like, that Subaru wasn't a solid sale. It was a very probable sale, but for $2,500 less. So I took the stack of $100 bills and I sold it to another family who showed up with their son, who was the first come, first serve with cash. Then, literally, the dad showed up half an hour later and he's like, hey, where's the Subaru? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's sold. I was just about to text you guys. And he stormed off. He took off, and then I just felt awful about it. So I did respond to them and said, hey, I'm so sorry. This is the most difficult part of my job. I was selling them consignment. Somebody came with cash and they bought it. It's first come, first serve, and I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I need to provide as much as possible for the owner of that vehicle because that's my obligation. They're obviously upset, and it stinks. It hurts me because I'm a person, they're a person, and I'm not just some guy behind a computer desk that hustles cars. So here are the options, and I would love for you guys to put yourself in my shoes. Number one, business owner. It's expensive to run a business. It's expensive to have a family. It's expensive to have employees. You need to maximize profits as much as possible. $2,500, let's just say an average income is $500 to $800 a week. That's a month's worth of work for somebody. $2,500. So would you be willing to give up 1 month's worth of free work to be a good guy and hope they buy the car? Sometimes your name's on the line, your integrity or your honor. You always have to question your integrity and your honor when you do these things because it's difficult. What's the right decision for one might be the wrong decision for the other. I could have turned those first people away, then they're unhappy with me. And then these people could have not bought it. And then I have to tell my selling the owner of the car that, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't sell it to 2 different people. I don't know what happened, I'm sorry. The other option would have just given the decision to the owner of the car. Hey, you can sell it for X to a nice girl in town, or you could sell it for $2,500 more to a nice boy in the next town. Which would you prefer? Let them decide. Their focus is on how much they can get. I already know what they're gonna choose. Yeah, I want the $2,500 more. Just do that. It's cold, it's numbers, that's it. $2,500 more, that's the decision. Easy, right? It was first day of the beginning of the week on, like, we opened our doors and there was a customer with $100 bills. I didn't even have time to think about it. They're like, yep, I love it, I'll take it. We've been looking for cars, can't find anything, we want it. Here's the money. You want a warranty? Yep, I'll take a warranty too. I didn't even really have time to think about it. I showed up and, like, before I could even reach to my other customer and give them options, like, there was somebody ready to buy. So option 1, sell it to the customer with cash. It's first come, first serve. They have cash, they're ready to buy, transaction over, everything's good between you, between the buyer, between the owner of the vehicle. All 3 are great, but you're a terrible person to one other party. Now twice, because I wouldn't sell them the first car. Option number 2, you tell customer 1 that was here first with cash, I'm sorry, I promised it to somebody else. Let me check with them first, see if they want it, and then I'll get back to you. Now I have to hope customer number 2 wants it, and then if they don't want it, I have to hope customer number 1 still wants it. So, I mean, you're just gambling. You're gambling on all of it, and it might work, might not, might not, I don't know. Option number 3, and this is what I should have done, and I didn't, was call customer number 2 and say, hey, listen, we made a mistake. The car's 3 years newer than we thought. We invested more than we thought. The price is now $2,500 more. I'll give you first right of refusal. Would you like to spend the $2,500 more on the car? If not, I have somebody else that's interested. And I think that would have been the right decision. Let them decline it, but you are still going to be a jerk because you're upcharging the car over their budget. So that was probably the best decision I should have made. And, you know, like, everything happens so fast and you get so many balls you're juggling with, you can't always think about, like, all the decisions on the spot, and sometimes you make the wrong decision. Now, my customer that owns the car gets more money. We get more money. A nice family got a good car, but somebody in town's unhappy, and they'll probably make, like, Facebook posts about us, or it's just not a good look for me. Now, when I say, like, there are a lot of responsibilities and everybody costs money, and my responsibility is to make sure that everybody can sustain, like, a standard of living. So if we sell the car for less, the salesmen get less of a commission, meaning they get less of a paycheck. Now, the owner gets less of a paycheck. Me, I get less of a paycheck. So it's a trickle-down effect. By helping somebody else with $2,500 discount, everyone else gets affected because I wanted to be a nice guy. So, like, it really, that decision impacts a lot of people. Even if it was like $500 though, you still have a customer with money, or a customer you hope buys the car. Like, nothing's guaranteed, so you have to take the guarantee, like the bird in the bush scenario. Like, take the bird in the bush instead of the 2 in the hand that you hope show up later. Oh, geez, these decisions are tough. It's something I want to do, and it's not something I want to do to people. But that's the hardest thing at this job, is, like, constantly making decisions. Is it first come, first serve? Customer 2 had the opportunity to leave deposits for 2 weeks. Like, they could have come and left a deposit over and over and over, or said, yes, I definitely want it, let me buy it, I'll get it registered, when it's done, call me, we'll come pick it up. Like, that could have happened too, and it didn't. So I think I'm possibly getting down on myself when, like, it couldn't just be my fault, right? I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys say, but this is the part, like, this is car dealer life. It's not easy sometimes, and you don't want to be your typical used car shyster, but you keep getting put in these situations where money comes first. And, you know, like, it's not about, like, I'm not running a church and I'm not running a charity. It's about the money. So I don't know, how would you guys have handled that? I'm gonna read them. Tell me. I think for now that's it. I'm gonna end this on kind of a sullen note. I'm a little sad about it. It's right there. Somebody's upset with me. I don't like that. All right, guys, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching my vlogs. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'm a little bit better spirited. I'll see you all later. Adios. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate your support. The circle in the center is to subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more car videos, and then boxes to the left and to the right are best recommended for you. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later.